Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Koki of the Seahawk Recap Show. Hope you all are doing fine and staying safe and enjoying the warm weather as August 1st is just around the corner. And we've got some breaking news, my friends. We've got some breaking news. John Schneider, GM and president for the Seattle Seahawks, has signed a new contract extension. I was eating lunch at the time of this news just dropping on my phone. I was scrolling through Instagram and I just saw this and I'm like, oh, so I need to make a video like right now, right? Like I need to make a video right this second. So I'm just here to talk about it with you guys and my thoughts on it because it is very interesting. It's 4 years, taking him from 2029 through to 2030 in the NFL season. My initial reaction to it was, "Oh wow, that's insane. Like that's good." Because I don't mind John Schneider. I think he's a decent GM. He's been around here for a long time. He's entering his 20th season in Seattle, and that gets you a lot of street cred in the business, right? Like this is the NFL, this is sports. You being around this long, if you're around for 20 plus years, you're pretty good and you're pretty well liked around the NFL, I would assume. I like this signing, little bit surprised, but I wanted to go over it and kind of um analyze it a little bit. And to help me do that, I'm going to use a CBS Sports article by Robbie Calland. Um, and I'm literally just going to focus on these two little paragraphs here, and then I'll give my thoughts more on it. So, reported by a Laser, first initially reported, they reached an agreement with John Schneider on a new contract. Snyder, one of the longest tenured executives, taking over as Seahawks GM and executive vice president in 2010, elevated his title from VP to president of football operations in 2024. His extension now aligns his contract with Mike McDonald, who signed a 6-year contract to become the Seahawks head coach last season. And that is exactly what I wanted to focus on. A lot of Seahawks fans that I've seen react to this news are a little bit looking at it going, okay, it's a good contract. Some people are saying well deserved. Others are saying, okay, don't really like this contract. And then others are saying, why now? Why now of all times would Jody Allen and her camp make this move and sign John Schneider to a 4-year contract extension after arguably one of the weirdest off seasons that the Seahawks have had in terms of culture change? Remember, Geno Smith no longer here, traded for a third round pick. Tyler Lockett no longer here, one of the best players I've ever seen in a Seahawks uniform, no longer here, released to the Titans. And then, oh, don't forget, DK Metcalf, traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That all happened in the span of a week before the draft. And I'm looking at that and going, okay, I can see your point. But then I also look at the 2010 tag and I go, yeah, he's been around here a long time. He has a lot of experience. He just got brought up into the president of football operations role with the Seahawks in 2024. That was previously held by Pete Carroll, who he did win a Super Bowl with and go back to back, ultimately losing one in 2014, 2015. But um, I look at that and I look at the resume and I look at the teams that John Schneider has been a part of, and I say, yeah, this makes sense. He has done well, and I think does deserve a contract extension. And I thought I wasn't going to say that because coming from a 2012 Seahawks fan perspective, which is when I started watching the Seahawks and kind of getting invested, one thing that has always been paramount for me in the John Schneider tenure has been his lack of focus on the O line and trying to make that side of the ball better. But he was never in charge of player personnel until 2024. He had said some things about offensive linemen and their draft stock and da da da. He has that quote saying, offensive linemen are kind of overvalued in today's NFL and da da da. But that's the one blemish. That's the one blemish I see. Other than that, I think that this is a good contract. It makes a lot of sense from Jody Allen to make this move because now Mike McDonald and John Schneider are attached to the hip. If they don't do well over the next 4 years, they're both gone. You can clean that slate. And with how things are shaken up, with how things are going, with how the team culture is changing, I think this team can be very good. I said that last year, and I'm saying that again this year because the way that this team is now being built for guys like Mike McDonald and the new regime, it it could be good, man. Like I think that this team could make the playoffs, could surprise people, and who knows, in the next 4 years, you could challenge for a Super Bowl. I don't believe that's out of the realm of possibility if things go right. Of course, you can say that about any team, but man, I choose to believe in this team. And I think with John Schneider's track record of drafts, with his late round picks, he's hit on a lot of them. And with his free agency, he's been decent. He's been solid. And with his trades, he's been solid. So I can't really look at this as a bad decision. I think this is an interesting decision to say the least to post this. What time is it now? It is Wednesday, the 30th of July at 2:40 when I'm recording this on the East Coast. But I think it's very interesting. I like this move, and I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section below because that is it for me here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this year. If you could help with the channel growth, that'd be very much appreciated. But anyways, go Hawks, go! And for yourselves, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.